It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They begin the drive with Williams. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mound of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Willis. He'll give that out to the flat to White.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Check it.
On third down, it's Willis.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete.
He's got the first down and more.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Second down throw coming by Willis. Oh, looking for Waddle, but this is intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made?
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Albert O, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him on. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play action. It's Wilson.
This will be caught. Judy. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Raiders, nothing. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Baron Browning.
The outside linebacker coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Here's Willis, third and long.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. They'll go up the middle with White. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. Finding Johnson on the out route, that's complete.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here's White.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Running here with White.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
They go play action with Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Willis looking to throw on first down.
And that'll be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Willis now off of play action.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
Wilson's pass. Complete to Greg.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Randy Gregory. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Willis will look to throw it.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Michael O.J. Mudia drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Looking to throw. Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Ready?
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. First down, here's White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and a yard.
Willis. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Zamir White, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Wilson.
24-yard line.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hurt. Left wing, 19. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis looking to throw it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
On the counter, here's Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
They start to drive with White. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Willis looks to pass it here. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
They go play action with Willis. Throws the out route and finds Claypool.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Willis.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is if
pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down.
Maxx Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Jeudy.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but and
now here is another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can...
Touchdown! Greg Dulcich with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner.
And my goodness, another interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant.
And the Raiders have got him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A give to Williams, running right. And he's got room. 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Viking 18, Panther 11, Panther 11.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Willis eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
That's good. Las Vegas.
Now a give up the middle. This is White.
Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. From the 45 on 2nd down, Willis. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, a run from White. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
18, 5 years.
One final try for Willis.
He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Denver, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.